Do you know why democracy does not matter to the US? It says that they are the cleanest and the biggest, most powerful democracy in the world. They claim that, but they are not even a proper democracy. If you study the US democratic system in the first place, since the early US was born in 1776 as a country.
Yeah.
Right. Since the early 1800s up until now, it has only had a two-party system. Now, in a country as large as the US, it is almost like a continent. Just the US landmass itself is as big as a continent.
Yeah.
You cannot have is it just two parties that is running the show? So from the early 1800s onwards, we saw there used to be two parties at that time. There were the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. Nothing else. No one else was allowed to be part of the democratic system.
Yeah.
So a time came when everything became a hodgepodge. These two parties fizzled out. So the new players emerged, the Democrats and the Republicans. That has been continuing. That tradition goes on and on and on until now. So now in the US, if you are a voter, you don't have any options. There are 20 other parties also in the queue. But you know very well that you are going to vote for them. Your vote is wasted. Because it's either the Democrats or the Republicans who will take the presidency. So therefore, it acts in a vicious cycle. So people have realized that other parties are not going to be part of the system. It's a two-party system. So let us go for only one of them because we don't want our vote to be wasted. So the other parties are further marginalized.
Yeah.
So this vicious cycle goes on. We'll only see these two parties in power in the US. That'll always be like
pretty
this.
much the same as India.
I think worse than in India, because in India we've seen
People
coalitions.
tried.
We've even seen coalitions. India is known for its coalitions also.
Yeah.
And in the past, we've seen various situations also. There have been times in India when Congress has been in power with a few allies, and there's been nothing called the BJP. We've had times when the BJP with a few allies have been in power and Congress had been wiped out.
Yeah.
But in the US, you don't see this variation even. It is very.
It's only either or.
It's very like a format.
Yeah.
It's either this or that. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing outside of it.
And
so
then
how can you call that a democracy? Had it been a small country, maybe you would have said, okay, it's a very small country, just two parties, that's possible. No,
superpower.
It's a huge country.
Yeah.
And both these parties, if they had a lot of variation in the way they function, then you could have said that, okay, the voters have a lot of variations also. There are the two completely different things.
So they must be
apples
objectively choosing.
No, they're both apples. Yeah. So both these parties have similar foreign policy.
Yeah. It's just two faces.
Yeah.
It's just
so
two faces.
when the Republicans in power, they become friends with Russia and they go hammer and tongs at China. When the Democrats are in power of the White House, they become friends of China and then they go against the Russians. So
and they keep changing. They
and both of them, they take money from all the top MNCs. And the top defense companies also fund equally in both the political parties.
That's because of the size that they offer.
Yeah.
For any MNC, the size matters.
Yeah.
So they promise that size because it's not just their size, but all the allies' size. It all multiplies into a nice number.
So for the US voter, there isn't any democracy actually. It's just like two brothers going into the elections. You pick any one of them. It's like that.
But it's the same family.
There's no real choice.
And it's the same family back home. The grandfather is the same.
Yeah.